Everybody, welcome to another episode of Crypto Cliff Notes. You have me, Jonah, Pat in the same building again. We actually got some special guests with the creators from TED Nation on Cardano, guys. Super excited about this project. I actually invested into this project because I saw the huge potential that these creators and this project has in the CNFT space. And we want you guys to hear from them yourself. So, how you guys doing today?
Perfectly well. Hot here in Germany right now.
Yeah, it's really hot right now. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about you guys. How you guys got into the NFT space and crypto space and everything like that.
Who wants to start, guys? Should I start, or Tommy, would you like to start?
Whoever.
Yeah. So I'm Flo, on Discord Shahir or K-Boy. I've started my crypto journey, say in 2017, just with buying some coins, not really looking into, just having heard the buzzword crypto, and just buying some up and holding them. And it really started last year, I would say, when I got more into the crypto space, more into the crypto gaming sphere. And then really landed at Cardano NFTs. And my first mint was actually Yummy Universe. And I remember I minted from my iPhone on Euro, actually. I don't know if you guys have been minted on Euro before, when it was like, no smart contracts and stuff like that. And it was like, man, please get my transaction through, right? So I was praying to get it through. Then I received my 2 Yummies, and holding them since then. And I was hooked. Like, I really like this feeling of minting. Today is like from JPEG Store, the Hippo mint. At 18 UTC. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a free mint, and I just love minting things. You just wait for the NFT to arrive at your wallet. Maybe you put something rare, maybe a comment, but there's so much things to do. And right now I'm studying. I'm doing my master's in cognitive systems. That's split between psychology and computer sciences. Nice. And we went as 4 friends into the crypto space, especially NFTs, and that's why we started TED Nation. So maybe the other guys could continue there.
Shall I take it?
Go ahead.
My journey started like a few years back, but I wasn't like too deep into crypto. So like I bought some coins which I didn't even had any idea what they're doing. It just sounded cool to me. I got like IOTA and something, and but it wasn't like really that much of a deal. And then last year, I was following Farokh a lot. I don't know if you know him. He's an NFT influencer from the space, and he was very big on a few apps. I don't know what the app was called now, that everybody was using during the first lockdown. However, I knew him, and he was calling out Bored Ape Yacht Club pretty early, and I was like, damn, I'm pretty sure this is gonna pop off, because I saw it at like $1,000, and it was like $2,000, $4,000, and back then I didn't have the money to get in. And like, I mean, it's a huge step to buy a picture of an ape for $4,000. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
As things turned out going crazy and more crazy, then they just ended up at like 100K back then. And I was on vacation. I came back, and I actually I met some Flo at the bowling area. And I was like shouting at him, we have to get some of these NFTs, bro. We're missing out on this stuff. And he actually really digged into it a few days after with Yummy and then some other projects. Called me back and was like, bro, this is crazy. I made $200 in 10 seconds. This is completely crazy. So I got into the space with him basically last year. And since then we spend a lot of times in the Discords and research a lot of projects. And as he said before, we got together at like this small alpha group among us, where we call different projects from Solana to ETH and of course Cardano. And this is where the idea for the project started, because we saw so many bad projects, especially on Solana, I'd say back then, that we were like, come on, we can do this so much better. And then this was the motivation to do a project that like combines a lot of the good things that we saw in different projects into one. And to myself, I'm actually studying medicine, and I'm finishing in like 3 months or so. So got one last oral exam, and I'm actually a doctor. Crazy shit.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm not done yet, but fingers crossed. No, it should be fine. Yeah, and I do music as well, kind of stuff, but now I'm back on it at the moment. And yeah, some more of the creative parts for the collection are like mainly my work, you could say, or like I'm mainly responsible for them, even though we like had the ideas for the trades, for example, all together and stuff. And yeah, that's all I can say about me for now.
Thank you.
Yeah, last part is on me to complete the Holy Trinity. Nico is my name, aka Teddy, aka DJ Teddy. So you can probably hear by the name that I'm a little bit into music too, just a little bit, not as much as Who's Your Teddy, aka Domi is. Actually, how did I end up in the whole NFT space? The boys took me with them. That's basically, it's straight to the point.
There you go.
I screamed at him before the second Pavia land sale. I screamed at him, bro, you got the money, go full into it. You're not gonna regret it. And he did, and then
It's happy now.
He got his share. He caught his share with the second Pavia mint. Yeah, that was my first mint, and I went flat out on that mint, and it popped off. Actually went pretty well. No, but my first touch points with the whole crypto and like not NFT at that point, the whole crypto environment was actually in 2015, where I purchased some Bitcoins at that time. I had no fucking clue what it does and what it was capable of doing. And I had 20, I think, at that time, and sold them early at that point. I think it was $350 each. And then saw them rising over time, and I was like, damn, what did I do there? But learned my lesson, diamond hands ever since. And yeah, what do I do in the project? I kind of not have the main function, as Domi is the head of creative, K-Boy is the whole tech, like doing the technical stuff. Gucci, he's our head of hype, basically in charge of the whole Discord stuff. I'm called the head of operations, so in the bag, pulling strings, organizing a few things, taking over wherever I can. And what I do in my real life is I'm a headhunter in digital and IT area. So headhunting for a variety of different companies, startups, grown-ups, small, medium-sized companies, but also bigger companies, especially here in Europe, sometimes somewhere else. In a small agency, digital startup here in Germany. Yes.
It's awesome. Cool. It's awesome. You guys are the jack of all trades over there.
Indeed.
And we can definitely relate what Dolph was saying with the Solana mints. Like, we got rugged a couple times. Like, it was bad.
Solana's tough.
And then the gas fees were just super, super high. So we kind of just, when we dove into Cardano, that's exactly when right when Clay Nation started. Right after, I think what was it? What was before
that was our first mint.
Yeah.
Before that, we were over with ETH.
Yeah.
I know, like, I picked up my first big one was actually like how you were talking about buying a picture. I got into the Lazy Lions, and they were like, I spent like $1,400, and I'm like, I bought a picture of a lion, and then like I held it for 3 weeks, and it shot up. I bought it for 0.4. It shot up to like 1.6 ETH. I was like, okay, I'm selling this real quick, and then I'm like, I like this game. And then we hopped into Cardano and all, and it's been pretty smooth sailing since. So what made you guys come up with the idea for TED?
We actually had like a very long process of brainstorming and getting a good character down. And the first idea we had was more like pigs, for example, and it was like a completely other concept. But we had an idea for the design, and the thing back then was that we had a designer involved directly from Munich as well, and they didn't really like perform and did the sketches in time. So we just like put this idea to the side, and then we were just thinking, okay, what can we do that is not there yet? And I think it was my idea to come up with Teddy's. And yeah, back then there were like a few Teddy projects, but they were all like, not looking like the casual PFP art that we're looking for, you know, that we have with Bored Apes, that we have with Chilled Kongs, for example, and so on. So I was like, okay, why we might not go with Teddies? And yeah, then we like put our brains together, and then at some point we just got on the idea, yeah, Ted Nation. And it rolled out so smoothly from our tongues that we were like, okay, we're definitely gonna do that. And yeah, that's basically how we end up with Teds.
And how long did it process before your mint take?
We start
December last year. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was December. Yeah.
And I mean, in the beginning, we weren't like working full time on the project. We just were like collecting ideas and looking out for designers, because like the sketches or like the ideas for the design we all put together ourselves. And then we reached out to different designers actually that we hired just for a sketch. I think like 4 different designers, and we just took the best one. And it was a pretty easy choice, to be honest, because yeah, it just looked, the base head looked so smooth, and we were like, oh, we got to do this. And then we like came up with more trades over time, and it took quite long. We didn't like had the whole collection, all trades within the first week. We ordered like some trades, and we're like, okay, well, could we do more? And we also threw a lot of trades in the bin just because they didn't match our expectations. So yeah, it was like till we got the collection down with all the trades, it was quite a long process. And I think we even added like 10 more trades after we launched the Discord, plus the 101. So yeah, we were still like working on the collection back then. Yeah.
Regarding time, there was one sentence Tommy said at the very beginning of the project. He said, let's come up with an NFT project. Like I remind him of that quote every single week. He was like, no, that's not going to be so much time, effort. It's like 1 or maybe 2 hours every single day. So come on, let's just kick it off. And well, way off. Way off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you came out, just for like the new people, so what date were you released? Like how long have you actually since mint, and what did you guys come out mint price?
I think it was the 26th of June.
Okay.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, 25th or 26th of June. Mint price was 99 ADA at that point, with a collection size of 5,555.
Cool. And then, yeah, we noticed you guys are doing good in volume and everything. So, I mean, it's definitely, the numbers are looking really good.
Yeah,
so
volume has been really great. And right now, I think everyone feels it. Projects are bleeding left and right, even some blue chips. Like people, like I feel like because of the whole macro situation, the NFT market is like volume is going down a lot. Like I think we are back to the volume of December last year. So it's really tough that projects hold the mint price, even if you have like a roadmap and stuff. And with projects that have no roadmap, it's way harder than before. Like I think 2 or 3 months ago, like you have these waves, right? Phases. You could mint any product, right? And you would do a X2 right after mint, right? Yep. Now you have to really observe and look, what am I going to mint? Am I going to mint? Check Cardano scan, how many have been minted? How is secondary doing? Like it's a different game right now in the market. Absolutely. So yeah, we are trying to conquer that with the utility, with rolling out our staking, our airdrops really fast, so people see that we are on it, that we are working, even though the market, it's a bear market, but that's the time to build, right? It's the best time to build the bear market. So yeah.
Well, that's the beauty. If you can even stay close to your floor and stay consistent with volume while it's bear, once it goes bull, you're going to be sitting good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like at the moment, it's like there are 2 things going well. There's like free mints, which I mean, obviously they're no brainer. And if a really good project, I feel like if you mint a rare one, you can make big profits. And if you mint a floor one, you might lose some ADA, might go out with mint price. And I actually see it in our project as well. Like we love to see the floor like going up crazy. But if you actually look at the mean number of all sales, I think we were always at like 148 or something. So like in the mean, people profited from minting. But of course, if you 5 base heads and with not a good roll, for example, you're not really going out with that much of a profit. If you're a little more lucky, got an astronaut or a rare one, you still made some bucks with our mint as well.
Absolutely. And
Well,
actually,
plus ADA is down so low right now. So even just ADA going up, if it stays at floor, people will make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
Which actually rolls us into the next question with the roles and the benefits of holding these NFTs. I know you guys have teams. Can you guys, elaborate and go over that real quick for us?
Sure. How do we want to structure it, guys? Do we want to talk about the 4 single roles at first, maybe, or
maybe the standout single roles and then move on to the squats.
Okay. Should I just start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I started with a single role. So as you know by now, we have 19 different roles. 16 can be divided into 4 groups each with different benefits, and 3 of the roles are unique and have their unique benefits. We didn't meant to have benefits for the top ranks at first, but since our community demanded it, we included the top ranks, the first 555, to have different benefits as well. So I'm going to talk about those real quick as well. I might start with the shopping addict because it's pretty straightforward. The shopping addict is a pretty limited role. It's only like, I think, about 150 in the collection. And as you know by now, we have our own tokenomics with Fluff. We had the first airdrop happening, I think, yesterday. Mm-hmm. And shopping addicts are basically earning 3 times the amount of Fluff than any other TED. So regarding staking, regarding tokenomic rewards, the shopping addict, it was a pretty good deal. To get more Fluff out of your TED. If it's worth it, it kind of depends on the floor price. At some point, the shopping addicts were like 300 ADA, then the floor drops to 80 ADA. Okay, might not be that much worth it, but in the beginning, if you could scoop some for like 200, 150, definitely made a good deal on that one. I go on to the top ranks, the 555 top TEDs. So as you know by now, we will have an airdrop of fragments / portals. We will dive into more detail regarding their use case. But what I can say by now is that portals is going to be tradable on JPEG Store, just like our main collection with their own policy ID. And from the royalties of the portals collection, 20% go to the top holders of our top 555 TEDs, if they're delisted, of course. So every benefit you get only for your delisted TED. Another thing is we will have this portal, and for some people to use, it will cost a fee to go through the portal, which won't be high and probably in Fluff. And 20% of that total fee spent is also going to our top 555 holder. And they have auto whitelist for any upcoming mint we might plan, which of course we won't do in a short amount of time because the market is bleeding and we don't want to screw things over, of course. Okay, next role is the astronaut. So the astronauts are next to the 101s, the only role that is really linked to the picture. Everybody who has a spacesuit is an astronaut, and they're getting 10% of the royalties from the TED Nation portals that will come out later. So 10% is less than 20, but the astronauts have more benefits because of 2 reasons. The first thing is there are not even 60 astronauts, so 10% is a lot more than for the first 555, and they're also included in the top rank 555 because every astronaut is in the top 100 spot. Nice. Furthermore, they get 5 times the staking rewards of a base TED. And furthermore, every astronaut will get an astronaut portal airdrop, which is a portal you get right off the bat. For the other portals, you will need the 4 correct fragments, which are like connected to the roles that you already know. So if you hold a squat, you get a portal for sure. But if you only have like 1 or 2 TEDs, okay, you can still get the right fragments and then scoop them, the other ones from the secondary market, and try to get your portal as well. And this portal, of course, will have like also a little better. It will be better than just the base portal. But yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail right off now. For the use case, we might like talk about it later. I guess we already announced it a little bit with the mutated, but yeah. And of course, we plan more utilities for the astronauts, but as of now, these are like all we can offer. Like the airdrops and the royalties plus the increased fluff reward. So last but not least on my plan are the 101s. Hard to get. Only 9. I think we only got 9 101s. And so what will they get? They will also get 10% of the total fee that's just used for the portal, which again is quite something, because we only have 9 101s. So you owe, like, if you hold one, you get barely 1% of all the fees spent going through the portal, which is a nice thing to have, I'd say. They also get 20% of the royalties for the portal collection. And they get 10 times the staking awards compared to the base stats. And as for the astronauts, they also get their own portal and 101 portal airdrop, which has a very high chance for getting an ultra rare or even 101 mutated when going through. And so now I basically said what's the benefit of the better portals, but yeah. All right, that was it for the free single roles that we have, and for the top 555 ranks. I hope you could follow along.
Absolutely.
We're also honored because we know that we created this big monster with our roles, and it's kind of hard to follow along just by announcement. So we're currently working on a visual representation, because I think if you just join in and you're like, yo, I like TEDs, I like the alpha calls, but with the roles, I mean, you get a headache just like collecting all this information. So we're honored to have this on like a visual map for people to easily understand it and get along, because we've got to be honest, it's quite a lot, and it's all good stuff, of course, but I think the overview is desperately needed for new people joining in.
Absolutely. Now, a quick question. I know you guys have on top of those roles that you just went over, there's 4 different teams, correct?
Yeah. Explorers, villains, magicians, and unicorns.
Could you guys briefly talk about what they do? You don't have to go too deep. I know that people can go into the Discord and read all that, but could you briefly go over those real quick?
Okay, what do you want to say?
Should I do, guys? Yeah, I can do it. So so to sum it up real quick, like we wanted to give we wanted to split up the rarity game with the roles, so there's not like just the rank and the looks that determine the value of a TED. That's why we went with those rows that form these squads. And the first squad is like the explorers. They will always mint future collections first, like also receive airdrops before anyone else, and also have a little head start at the bear market. And then we have the villains, which are more like the evil guys. If you prefer to be on the evil side, you would go with the villains. We will have at the staking a mechanism that the villains will be able to rob fluff from other TEDs that are staked. There might be some mechanic that you could protect your squad from getting robbed and things. Furthermore, we have a checkpoint at the portal that you will have to pay the villains, which just means that villains will get another income stream from the portal fee. And we have an exclusive section at the bear market, which is called the black market, which will only be exclusive to enter for villain holders. So there will be like more exclusive items or raffles or tickets that you could buy up. And then we have the magicians. These guys will receive an airdrop, which will be a potion. And if you use that potion with your TED through the portal, you will be able to choose 2 trades which will be guaranteed to have. So it's not a random generation of your NFT, because you can like choose two, and these guys will be able to craft potion. They can even sell the potion on the secondary, and might be able at random times or exclusive times to buy more ingredients to build more potions. And then we have the unicorns. This is like the economists. They will have like the most utility. Like, to sum it up, they have several income streams. So these guys will collect their fluff and ADA from many different sources. So yeah, that's basically it to the 4 squads.
I like that you guys do that too, because it gets the community more involved with these different trades and roles. It's kind of like what Deadly Sins did with theirs, how they're doing like their token drop and stuff like that. And different drops. It's pretty cool. Like I like the concept because it's new, it's newer. It's better than just having a profile picture or a picture of a Ted and or Teddy and just being like, use it as a profile picture. It gets the community more involved. And I like that.
I mean, whenever like we're talking about this time and time again, and whenever I hear it, it's close to gamification, I'd say. I mean, gamification in brackets, but like collecting the whole squad. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? That's gamification without a game, actually. Like the game is collecting those stats and building your squads and anticipating what the best option would be if you're limited. If you're not limited, obviously, and have all the four squads together, being a squad general.
Like, do you want to build potions or be on the bad guys team and rob other Teds and have access to the black market, like, or always be the first ones to mint? Like, there's so much things or strategies you could do, and it's like for us, we were like, it must be fun. Like, NFTs should be fun and rewarding, and we try to combine that, like having fun and rewarding the people that support us and trust and put that trust in us.
Yeah, I like that.
Creates volume too, which is great.
And honestly, nobody knows like which squad will be the best one. I think like at some point maybe the explorers have their time to shine. Then the magicians, I think it will change over time. But people keep asking in the Discord, like, what's the best squad to build? And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You can create as you go.
You really just gotta see what's coming and get our squads ready. I
have a villain squad, so I'm gonna be stealing everyone's squad.
You're bad guy.
That's the Baltimore theme.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So are you guys? What's your next step? What's the next thing you guys want to maybe come out? Like, what's your next thing you're pushing? Since you just did the tokens and all.
Like the token and the airdrop is like, for now, it's just like to reward the holders that are with us through this bear market, I'd say. And on next to that, we are working on the bear market to get the store done and to have first items and first use cases for the fluff token itself. And besides that, we're also working on the staking platform or mechanism, so you could stake your TEDs and have like a steady income stream of fluff, which you could then spend in the bear market. So these are the two major things I would say we are pushing for. And we're also already working on the fragments and portals, which are in the making right now. So there are many things lined up. We're working next to it. That's why we are a team of 4. So you could coordinate all these things. Next to it. So yeah.
Will you have your token listed on any dexes?
We are planning to do that, but for now, like we really want to bring out first the staking and the bear market, and then focus on the DEX and the liquidity pools, because that's a bit more complicated. And we would need to see how we balance the pool and things like that. So but it's in the planning.
We wanted to go to I think like Muesli Swap, or it's like sites like that where you also could like trade, for example, Pavia in the beginning, where people just can like make, sell, and buy offers. I think adding a liquidity pool by now wouldn't make any sense, because it would just like drain out the project wallet. And for for the use cases, we're already thinking about ways that we can like put the fluff to use even before we got the whole market done, because obviously it will take a while. Yeah, these are like our main focuses right now.
That's cool. I mean, everything sounds great.
Yeah. You guys plan on coming out with merch in the near future?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, regarding merch, right now we all have like other things to do that are like hires have higher priority to us, and we want to finish those, but we definitely want to come up with some like cool gadgets. And as you might have heard from our pre-mint AMAs or from our roadmap, we also had the idea to bring the TEDs to real life kind of, and reached out to one of the biggest stuffed toys suppliers in Germany. And yeah, we already got that in our backhand kind of to do that. But honestly, we will probably only do that with this supplier if we become a blue chip. So right now we have to build to get there. And yeah, but that's also like something unique planned regarding merch. So it's gonna be more than
and to add to the merch thing, like it's not like we would need to start all over and see, hey, how would we produce it, which materials. Like I own a small fashion brand myself with a friend, and we've done like already like I learned a lot there, like where to find suppliers, how to produce, which materials to use, what's like the sizing for it. So also like caps and hoodies and stuff like that. So we already set for that, so it wouldn't take long because the process is already there. And we would just need to design ourselves like some motives. Maybe we could listen to the community what they would like for, and then we already set, so it wouldn't take too long to get this rolling. But for now, it's like the staking and the bear market. That's what highest priority.
Will you guys be going to any conventions or anything to promote, like CNFTCON, any of that kind of stuff? Do you have any like future plans with that yet?
We didn't really talk about that, to be honest, but I kind of like the idea. I mean, like when I think it was mid-June in NYC, there was
the one that just happened. That's a lot of ETH though. But Cardano, this one's going to be, so this is by the creator of Clay Nation. She's throwing it. And it's in October. It's CNFTCON and it's in Las Vegas. So it's a Saturday, Sunday. It's all going to be NFT projects through Cardano. So it's only like the Cardano space, only Cardano followers. And I mean, so far they have some pretty, I know like the Kongs will be out there. Clay will be out there. It sounds pretty exciting. We'll be out there.
That would be so cool.
Who else will be out there?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because last year I minted a couple of these legacy CNFTCON pairs. I don't know if you guys remember it. I'm still holding a bunch of them because for me it's like history with CNFT.io and stuff. Funnily, we said last year, just as friends before we started TED Nation, it would be funny to go there if it will happen, and know it will happen. But we haven't really talked about it yet. But it would be really cool to meet everyone in the space and just connect with each other.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Just get network, because it seems like at least with like Cardano, like you said, Solana's tough. There's so many projects dropping. Half of them are rugs. ETH at one point was just gas was crazy, so it was hard to put new people onto that. Cardano, what's cool is like there's not too many projects that are against each other. Everybody kind of is promoting each other's project. Like the space is, I would think, is more positive than the other ones right now. Yeah, there's a lot of positive, way less scams. And like I said, the community, like everybody's, I think, just trying to push and work together to make Cardano be that number one, which I mean, it has the potential. I mean, it's got a while to go for ETH, but I mean, at where we're at now, if you compare it to ETH, I mean, in the next year, 2-3 years, like if we can even reach those levels, which I'm sure we will, it's going to be amazing to see where the floors of some of these projects are, because we don't have one of those crazy big, like the biggest thing right now is only a couple $1,000. You know what I mean? When you're talking,
like the
baseball.
I'm totally with you there. Like if you compare like the NFT volume, like between ETH, Sol, and Cardano, right? There's so much upside potential. And even like the highest floor on these other chains were like $70,000 or something, and we had like just a couple of $1,000, right? So there's so much room to grow, and yeah, if Cardano makes it and the hard fork and stuff goes well, and the markets like recover from the current macros and so on, like, man, this could be easily, like, for Clay Nation, the Ape Society, Childcons, like the blue chips could be easily 15, 20, 30K ADA floor, right?
Easy.
So,
I mean, you could hit six figures on them.
Easy, yeah.
And what's great is,
it's like
especially
so early.
Yeah, you're in the challenge now because of the bear market, but getting through this bear market, you might be timing it perfect with the upswing. You know what I mean? Where everybody, all your followers are going to benefit, any of your holders will. Like, this is the best part, because like, if you saw it in 2017, like when we hit that first huge spike at the end of 2017, once it came back down and we hit that long 2-year bear market, all the projects that were just there to make a quick buck disappear. Same with a lot of these NFT projects. Like, a lot of the competition, they're just going to fade out just because they're legit. They're here just to collect that money and be out. They could care less about their. So when you get the projects that are actually trying to work the entire group, have their followers, have their holders, all profit, have fun with it. That's what we kind of look into the most. It's not necessarily who has the highest floor, anything like that. Because some of the strongest communities we see still, in our opinion, aren't even really discovered yet. We've seen a couple projects that we like a lot, and their floors are still super low. You go to their Discord, it's super active. The creators are always active. They're willing to put their faces on the screen. To us, that's a major, major positive. You know what I mean? There's so many projects now. You couldn't find the creators. You couldn't get them to speak. Like, they're all worried about, because that's where like the shady stuff comes. When you're willing to put your face out there, work with your community, you're steadily being active. That's when you have the works of a good project.
I mean, we did, I think we did the doxing, and it was mid of May around that time. And then the face doxing, it kind of just happened with our AMA with Block. Actually, it just happened. We were entering the call with Block, and it was like, oh, you guys decided to leave the camera on, and we said, yeah, why not? We're here to build. So why hide? Right. So yeah, completely agree with you.
And it makes the community so much more comfortable when you do something like that.
People will be more willing to invest into a project. If you and
I
had the exact same idea, but because you guys docs, your project sells out, your project does better than that project because you showed your face, because the transparency and everything like that.
I think like it should, of course, not everyone wants to be doxed, right? But I think it should be the norm. If you have good intentions and goodwill and you're here to build and stay, why would you hide yourself, right? There's nothing to hide, right? Like, everyone says, I don't want to be doxed. Like, oh man, that's a bit shady for me. Everyone has their reasons, but yeah. So I don't know. I see the guys that put that trust and aid on us as our investors, right? And we have to deliver for them. So that's like how we see it, and that should be like the norm, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, you're doing good so far. We're liking everything we're seeing.
Yeah. I guess my last question would be, as a new investor coming in to, seeing your project, they like what you see. How should they go about, purchasing or investing into this project? Should they buy a team of TEDs? Should they go buy a really rare TED? What should they do coming in to this project?
I'd say they should scoop 30 to 50 from the floor.
So hold on. Let me clarify. Let's do this. If you had give us two situations. One scenario, you're going to say somebody that has unlimited data. Where would you, if they're going to spend something, what would you buy? Would it be all astronauts top? And then for the new person that might only be sitting with 200-300 data, is there any direction you would maybe lead towards?
I'd say the cheapest entry and probably the smartest is just get 2 TEDs off the floor. Doesn't matter if they're rare or anything, because with 2 TEDs you get access to the TED quarter, where we have our alpha calls, which are mainly going down to 100% no-brainers that you can mint and you're not going to lose any money. And the other ones are free mints that are mainly on ETH. And some go good, and if they don't go well, you maybe lose like $3. But we already had some people make a couple $100 with our calls. And yeah, after that you can buy more TEDs and get the squads together that you're admiring.
Absolutely.
But I'd say if you really, for the cheapest entry, 2 TEDs off the floor.
Yeah, I would say so too. Yeah.
And I got people in the general be like, oh, I don't know about this project. How can I check? And I really, like, for one guy, I was like, get 2 TEDs, stay in here for 2 weeks. And if you don't have the money that you spend for the TEDs back after 2 weeks, then just go. And I think he's still a holder by now. And I would recommend this to anybody, just to, like, honestly. Yeah, what we're kind of planning also, I might can announce, would be like, haven't really sorted out when we're going to do it and how, but we plan on giving blue chip holders like a 1 week free trial access. Because like the main benefits we're delivering right now are the alpha calls with people already making money. And of course, if you like just are like, for example, a spacebar holder, how would you know? You know, if you don't follow our Discord or Twitter, how would you know? So yeah, that's kind of like a marketing strategy that we're looking into in the near future. And yeah, other than that, I mean, yeah, if you got unlimited ADA, yeah, I mean, probably the safest way to go is just like, yeah, get all the rolls down and see what happens, or might get a super rare one of the secondary if you have a good listing. I don't know if somebody paid by Insta 101 or their astronauts. It's probably a good call to go for these ultra rare ones. Okay. But yeah, like we said before, I don't really know which squad is going to be
exactly.
So,
yeah.
No, but even just like you said, just buying the 2, that works. That's a like you said, just a reason for when they're coming in, and there's somebody's like, rather than just look at it as a picture, you know what I mean? Like, hey, if you do it this way, you'll have a little bit of utility with it, and then from there you can steadily grow.
Exactly.
Yeah. That sounds great. I mean, everything you guys said, it sounds like you're on the right path. Obviously we wish you best of luck with all this. And you know what I mean? Like I said, we want to see this community grow. We're like actually starting to work on our own little project. Hopefully we'll have it by the end of the year out. And yeah, you know what I mean? We'll promote you as much as we can. And if you guys ever are doing any more drops, we want to get on some more interviews, stuff like that, we'll be gladly to work with you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really cool. Thank you very much.
Very nice, man. You're cool guys. Thanks for having us.
No
problem.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for hopping on.
Yes. Again, appreciate you guys, all of you, for being here, sharing the information with us. Hopefully everyone that sees this, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys get in their Discord. Guys, get you 2 TEDs. I've done a couple of those alpha calls. I made some money. I made $50 the other day just on one of them, just, tapping in, utilizing the resources that were in front of me and making money just like that. So again, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you all that watches this. That's another episode of Crypto Cliff Notes. Peace.